brother.
Absolutely.
I have you do a little bit there because,
Okay.
like I said, I use a little bit of AI
Okay.
to control everything. It's
Okay.
really neat. It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
all this new kind of stuff.
All right.
And so,
Great.
thanks for coming down to the
Absolutely.
new studio and
Yeah.
talking about all the things you've got going. And, you were a little late, but everybody is nowadays
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this traffic in Denver
Oh,
is
man.
the worst in the nation.
Man, I didn't anticipate that when I left the house,
And that's
I-
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Fridays are their special days. Like we don't. This is not a special show that cuts on and cuts off
okay.
at exactly the right time.
Oh,
So
okay,
we're
good.
okay. That's our thing. Yeah, this show was created as a special presentation as KUHS
Okay.
for you, especially because we talk and
Yes.
and you haven't been to the last studio was
Yes.
a while back.
Yeah, yes, been quite a while
Mhm.
when I saw you at the
Yeah, and then
Urban Summer.
it's like things really go on, and tell us about the Dazzle event again. You were starting to talk
Yeah.
about it, and so you have some really neat things going all over town. Now the Motown Review is big. I hear a lot about it.
Yes, that's probably my biggest seller of all time. I started the group in 2003, and it kind of takes me back to my roots
Right.
of doing Motown and with the quartet,
Right.
forefront singers in the rhythm section, choreography, the wardrobe, all that stuff.
It looks great too. And,
Yeah,
you got Henry Hudson in
Yeah,
there.
got
who
Henry
does it
Hudson,
really-
yeah.
I've known Henry since he was
Mhm.
with the Malamutes.
Yeah,
Remember the
right,
Malamutes?
yeah, for sure.
Back with Michael Johnson
Yeah.
and everybody. Boy, that goes back a long
Yeah.
ways. And we've all contributed to this music scene in Denver, but you've got it going on. Everybody always says, "Have you checked out the Motown Review?" And that one you used to do. Well, it was Lanny Garrett's.
Yes, it was Latin Garrett's
and-
establishment.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's where you.
That's where I started.
And I know that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
yeah,
So let's tell
exactly.
us about that one because you were packing them out there.
Yeah, well, and years ago, and when she had it, we tried a couple of things, and there at the clock tower, and just regular, like bands just go in there and start jamming. It wasn't working, and so she heard about my Motown, and we talked about that, and we sat down and actually. She wanted me to talk a little bit about the story of Motown as well. And
Oh,
then-
you did?
so,
And
yeah.
Inside
I started-
the show?
Yes.
Because I heard that you would
Mhm.
say, talk,
Yeah.
kind of give everybody a background
Yeah.
of the Motown sound, where it came from in Detroit
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So I did a lot of history. I read the book. When I say the book, Barry Gordy.
Barry Gordy, yeah.
And it was a lot of information. But what happened is I got so involved in the story, I was talking too much. Not enough music.
Everybody said, "Come on, okay."
Right, come on, yeah. And she reminded me and said, "Well, Ron, you can pull back and cut it, so
not
on."
so much,
Yes,
yeah.
we did and stuff. And when I started, I just had guys. It's funny, I just had the guys
Right.
singing. But then Motown, you got to do the Supremes.
The
and all.
Supremes, I was going to just say
Man,
this. Diana Ross got to come out.
Yeah, I tried a couple of times, and so it just wasn't working.
Yes,
I'm
so
not
some of the
Diana.
some of the females cannot
Mhm,
replicate
exactly.
the Supremes, no
Mhm.
matter how you try.
Mhm. So I decided to bring one of the ladies I've been singing with for years, Linda Stiles,
Yes.
and to add that so she could do that stuff. So what I did before I brought her in, I said I got to make this work for me. So when it came to like a song like "Stop in the Name of Love," I invited some of the ladies on the stage. I said I need some Supremes,
Yeah.
so I could do a parody.
So it comes out really
exactly.
good.
So it came out. They enjoyed it. So I got around it and stuff. So and then when Linda came, then we started.
flowing.
Yeah, actually was singing a real song, and of course her doing a bang up job, but we still bring the ladies up because they enjoy it.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Now you go around like when you do some of these other times, you're going to be doing Dazzle. You're going to be
Yes,
bringing
Dazzles, yes.
You're going to be bringing a little bit more of a
Yes,
cooler sound.
yes,
Right?
exactly. So Dazzle, I've got a wonderful guy, him, Robin Garcia,
Yes.
playing
Oh,
keys
man.
and
He's a
sax.
monster.
And so we double on keys, so because I like that full sound production, And nowadays with this type of music, you kind of need two keyboards.
You
It's
do,
really-
yeah, because it gives it the like you can hit the strings
Yes,
or hit the
exactly.
the
Horns and
horns
something
bring
and
that
all
up.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we have Michael Johnson's
Of
playing
course,
drums
yeah.
with us, and when he's not playing drums with us, he's
He can
actually
sing.
he sings with the Motown, with the one-on-one group, the
Right.
Motown, and stuff. And actually, Robin had suggested him to me about a year ago,
Right.
because I was looking for another male singer to fill in, and he suggested, and Michael and I go way back.
That's
too.
what I was saying, yeah, Michael's, and he's been around. He's playing with some of the bands in town, and he'll sit in like when they're needing to fill in
Yeah.
or something. And that happens, you know, everybody is now so well versed into each other's music,
Right.
and they can jump in.
Exactly.
And you're all professional. Your delivery is just right on point. You can rehearse a few, and you got it. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's all good.
And then I have Ben Mitchell. He's been performing with it for a long time.
Right.
I think Henry's been the longest, then Ben, then Robin, like that. And then on bass we have Thomas McCrary on bass. He's been with the group for about
Thomas McCrary is really a
and
monster
then,
guy.
and then then I'm having on this particular day Deja, she's pretty professional singer, and she used to live and hang out over in I call it Princeville, Minnesota. You know,
Princeville.
Yeah, right. So she'll be with us tomorrow night as well.
Now, some of your favorite artists, the Motown thing is big. Everybody loves the Motown sound. Now, there's other music that you put out there and stuff. It's a lot of the favorites. So you make sure when you're out there delivering your music to some of the crowds, you bring out those favorites, those really good ones.
Yes.
And how do you determine which ones that you want to do? The ones that you're
Yes,
comfortable
right,
with. And
right. Well, what happens is, I listen to a lot of, satellite radio, and some of the music they play you don't hear in regular, local.
Right.
Anyway, and I grew up with music. I have tons of albums still.
Right.
And so, matter of fact, and so when I hear a song, and a song that you grew up with or used to sing, and I said, oh man, I want to do that one. So the bass player actually, he mentioned, he said, dang Ron, he said, you can tell you listened to the whole album when you're growing up. And which he's right, because there's a lot of good songs and albums that didn't make it, charted.
That's the thing about it. Yeah, you don't know what they're doing. Now we've had this before, and they got rid of it, and somebody else took it over, which shows how far we reach now.
Wow.
I think you've seen it before.
Yes, I have.
And so it's gotten huge. And so what we like is, like you said, other music that reaches around the world. So we get all these, people who want to send us their music. And my God, it's coming through platinum delivery. Wow. Some of the big artists, they all send us their stuff.
Nice.
Some of the mixes that come from the other side of the world, they come in here, and some of the music is, like you said, stuff you don't hear on your standard radio over the air around here. Yeah, so we get some really quality stuff. So that's why, and we put it up there, and so we have all the different platforms, so you can listen to the different genres.
Right. And
some of them go all the way from EDM, electronic digital mix, all the way to some seriously good R&B or old school, or it just sounds old school, but it's not. It's brand new music.
Absolutely.
And it's well done. It's like you said, you can listen to online radios or any kind of Pandora's streaming, everything streaming. So I get this guy up online. He's always discrediting what we do. He goes, "Oh, I don't listen to radio. I never have." Well, what kind of radio are you listening to?
Right, exactly.
Well, my grandkids don't listen to it. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Your grandkids listen to all the streaming music, stuff they like, the they call it the underground music or whatever it may be. Your grandkids are listening to it. Everybody loves music.
Yeah, and like I said, some of my favorites. I mean, I go way back, but I'm all over the place because we also do jazz.
Yeah. And
so I'm a big George Duke fan, Bob James, and people like that. But I really, I just when music moves me, when it really makes me feel good, I tell the guy, this is what we're gonna do.
Now, Ron, let me tell you something. A lot of people don't really know who you are on some of these people who are logging in with us. Like I just took a look up there.
Oh, okay. I see that.
So we're going to talk about you and how you started since you're a young man.
Okay.
And you've been doing this 6 years, 4 years?
About
young man.
57 years.
57 years.
Yes,
and Ron, where did you start?
Well, I started in junior high school. It's called middle school now, but we started junior high, Cole Junior High.
Yeah.
And some of my friends already had a group singing, and I would just hang out with them, and they start singing. I just chime in. And this is the interesting. I never thought about a music career singing.
Yeah, you just was.
Yeah, I was just hanging out, and I would write songs before I even started singing. I'd be home and make up songs and be composing songs. And anyway, so I was just hanging out with them, and they'd sing. They start something, Smokey Robinson tune or something, and I just chime in and harmonize with them.
Right.
And I'm the tenor, so I always kind of feel in that middle spot. And one day we was in one of the guys' basement, and Donnie Radford, he asked me, he said, man, you really mix well with us. He said, you interested in singing? I was so flattered, man, I almost choked, you know. And I said, yeah, sure. And that's how I got started. I was 13.
Wow.
I was 13. I got
And
started.
you mentioned Donnie Radford. He's in. He was with
Yeah.
the Platters.
Yes, he was
touring
with the
world.
Platters. Yeah.
Now
He's still in Malaysia.
Yeah. Malur.
Is it Malur now?
No.
Oh,
Lamport,
yeah.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He came in here one time for an interview when he flew to the States.
Mm-hmm.
Flew to Denver. He's going to come and meet, see everybody. He goes, I got to stop by and see you, dude. I go, okay, come on in.
Yeah.
And we captured him, man. His voice is. Man.
He's like my soul brother. He's I was my best friend. And we've been through
Get along
forever.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
You could be on the other side of the world, like I was telling you, but you could still, with this technology nowadays, you can still stay in touch like that. It's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's so easy, you know. And you got the drummer of the Malamutes. He stood in Japan.
Yeah. They talk about all the travels that they've been through, and it was kind of funny hearing that stuff. I didn't travel much.
You never traveled with any group?
No. I just kind of I wasn't comfortable with that.
I like that.
I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't. You can play your music here. You can deliver here in Denver, and you've been doing it. So at 13, you kept going. Now there's several groups that. There's been some in Denver. Talk about them that you were with.
I was with. Let me see here.
Did you ever sit in with Distinctive Movement?
No, I never sit in with them. I was kind of a nomad, in a sense that.
I like the way you put that, nomad. That's a good word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, okay. So I never really, with the major groups, I always had my own thing going on.
Yeah.
And a couple of times we got real close to when Philip Bailey was still in Denver, and his group, we got to sit in a couple of their rehearsals and stuff.
Man, they would pack them in everywhere. That's why, Maurice White picked them all up. And the only thing, he stood back. It was what's his name? He's the drummer for Gladys Knight now.
Oh, Darryl Woolfolk.
Darryl Woolfolk and Andrew, who passed away just recently. He didn't get picked.
Yeah,
but the only reason I think why is because Maurice was a drummer.
Yeah, that's true.
So he wants to drum part of the time.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. And he's a monster drummer.
Right.
The drummer makes the band, makes it sound good, gives it that beat.
Yeah, so a lot of the guys that played with the other groups, I played with them, not in the group, but a lot of times they came and played either me or in a different situation, group situation and stuff like that.
Now, the names of the bands that you've had several names on, you go out like the Motown Sound.
Yes, which is one-on-one.
Yes.
My jazz ensemble is Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea, and then you got
Miles Apart.
Miles Apart. That's the one I hear a lot about.
Yeah. So that's and Miles Apart basically backs up the one-on-one, the rhythm section. So I go out front. I don't usually play keys on it.
So
and now and then I'll
singing.
Most times when I'll play. I'll bring my keys because I like being part of the band.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It feels good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I tell people, and people get a laugh at this. It says when I started the different groups, I just you wind up reinventing yourself. And I said my situation with all the groups that I have, it's kind of like Taco Bell. Taco Bell's got all the meat. Everything's pretty much the same. Yeah. But they just dress it up differently. They may call it a burrito here, or chalupa there, and something else.
It's all the same.
That's what exactly. It's all the same guys and people. So I tell people it's kind of came to that way.
What an analogy.
Right. Yeah. So, and I enjoy it because it allows me to really stretch my abilities. The guys, we really enjoy doing the Sweet Tea thing because it allows us to stretch musically more. So everybody gets to really express themselves. And so that's one of my favorites because of that fact. We get a chance to express ourselves more musically.
And then what's funny, what you just said to me right now is, you said it's how it's the same stuff. Like you ever been to like McDonald's?
Right.
What do you want to eat?
Right.
Let me see. It's just all hamburgers.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Let me think.
Yeah.
For what? It doesn't matter what's.
Exactly. You want what kind of sauce do you want on that? You want pickles and onions? You don't want a different bread? Yeah, still hamburger. Right.
I like that. Yeah, it's true though. It's let's go to the Taco Bell. It's all the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I want just a taco. I want a burrito, and I'm mad that they took the enchilada off there.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, in Spanish, they call heavyset women gorditas.
Gorditas.
And they have that.
They do that.
So I say, okay, give me 2 tacos and that cute little gordita. That's a joke I always
Right.
use.
That's funny. That's good to know. Gorditas,
Can they have that cute little
okay.
gordita you have there?
Gordita. That's bad. I like that.
Because they really do sell gorditas.
Exactly. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
And I like this analogy you're putting together.
So that's what I just thought about it, and I said, well, none of the people change. The music just changes.
That's right.
And
yes.
the presentation.
Yes, and like your delivery of it, like the newer music nowadays, there's some really like Bruno Mars brought out kind of the old school sound, but not really. He just brought it up.
Yeah, just brought it up
and dressed it up.
Because
he was doing a James Brown dance.
Yeah.
And he was doing all the like the Cool in the Gang feel but powerful and with his own push to it.
Yeah, and if you could bring and I think it was a great thing what he did, because if you can bring the old school music back with some a little bit of a new flair without sacrificing.
That's right. Yeah.
And funny you said that because for the longest, we grew up doing Motown, and I always loved My Girl. Every time I hear it on the radio, I get
talk about My Girl. Yeah.
So, we didn't do it for a long time because I said I could do something different without sacrificing, the song.
Yeah.
So all I did, finally, I figured it out, Henry, and all I did was I changed the beat, the drum beat a little bit.
Just give it a little bit.
And then I changed the bass. I made it bass just pedal on one note, boom, boom, with the kick.
Right.
And then we added it there, and then it's got a nice feel to it. It doesn't change. It's still recognizable. All the singing is the same. And then on the end, I do this other little thing on the end, and I just kind of make it my own.
I always ask the artists that come in, and I'm going to ask you, name the worst event you ever have to go to, and one of your best ones.
Oh my goodness.
There's been a lot of rough ones there.
Woo! Oh wow. Ooh, there's been some local stuff I've been to that has when I left I didn't feel good.
You felt bad.
Yeah, I felt bad. It didn't fulfill me.
Yes.
And that's what I determine what's a bad event or situation when I leave and I don't feel good.
There was a meme up online that I thought was really cool that showed all the guys' faces. They're all standing like all the guys waiting to be paid.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Waiting for the bar owner to pay them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're sitting there 3 a.m.
So some of my best events, and there's probably about 3 of them. Clock Tower, I'll put that number one. I love the energy.
That's all I ever heard about.
Yeah.
Did you go out and check that out? Did you go out and check that out? Everybody talked about your show there.
Yeah, it's so much fun interacting with the audience, and
it was made for that show.
Exactly.
It was set up for that show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it just works, and mostly works in their besides their their burlesque and stuff is the tribute stuff that works the best in that
And see, Lanny, there's a change in personal things that changed that altogether. But that was really a really nice.
And
spot.
they were concerned, the new owners, whether I was going to continue, and and it's business. Me and Lanny, we love each other. We still have a relationship, and she basically gave me her blessing. She, the water, they sprinkle. And so it so I appreciate her, still blessing me and not, ruin any of our personal relationship and stuff. But it's been a real successful. It's a nice successful run there, and the owners are pretty cool. They're pretty cool people.
It works out good.
Yeah, it works out good.
And then you know what? You had to go through COVID, and I always talk about this. It messed up so many people. It just took everybody down. Everybody had to sit it out. All the bars had to sit out. All the nightclubs had to sit it out. All the musicians, everybody had to sit down. And it's like, okay, this is really blowing. Did you ever go on lives or do anything?
I did. We did. My fans, bless their heart, we did a lot of Zoom, virtual for performance, and so I did quite a bit.
That's what I was saying, just to keep it going, keep your sanity too.
Exactly.
Like, Jesus.
But it was fine, but it still wasn't that contact. Yes. And I thought it was the end of the world.
Yeah,
it felt like it. Yeah. And I think it hurt the arts and entertainment industry more than anything. And I really got pissed off because the NFL was still be able to play. They figured it out. That's what really teed me off.
Yeah,
and when we did Dazzles during COVID,
they were doing the live streaming too.
Yeah, but we.
But then you have to have a car to get in. And they
Yeah,
were really changing.
we had to perform. At least I had to, because I was singing in the horn when the horns were allowed on stage.
Because you could.
Yeah, because they didn't want. They didn't.
Stuff.
Yeah, and they didn't want any spit or coming out.
Flying over.
And then we had to sing behind plexiglass. I hated that.
I know, it's like you're inside of a little mini
the audience
prison.
is like 25 feet away from us. That was really hard to deal with.
I bet you mentally that was stressing you out.
I think one time after the gig, I think I went home and it kind of brought me to tears and stuff. Where we have gone.
This is
exactly
not right.
Exactly.
And it's still like, I mean, nowadays it's still kind of this strange, this political atmosphere that they've created has also caused a lot of crap amongst the arts and entertainment too, because it's just who's endorsing who and who's and
I don't get into that.
I don't either, but it's messing a lot of things
really
up. People get upset with each other. It's like, why is everybody so upset?
And music will always has been and be universal.
Yes.
And I see that every day we perform, and it seems like more of a surge of people going out and live music, at least from my standpoint.
Yeah, I see that. They're starting to open up a lot of new places. A lot of the bars, restaurants, clubs, some of the breweries are starting to do that. The wineries, everybody's opening up to some of the good entertainment. It's fun to go to these places. Like this one just opened up, and I don't know if you've been there yet. It's just up the street here. It's called The Post.
No.
It's spelled P-R-O-S-T.
Oh.
And it's great big.
Oh, really?
And they have an outdoor event center, and it closes up too. The things will come down and close up if it's inclement weather.
Oh.
Yeah. And on the outside they have the big stage, and they
nice.
have. But the grass is kind of hard. It's not grass. It's
artificial.
Yeah, artificial turf, and you can't quite dance on it real well.
Right.
They have it all set up really nice.
Really?
You would fit in there real
I'll
good.
have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's been several bands coming over there. There's they're called the Soul Food Band.
Oh yeah.
With the,
they
brought in an entire horn section with Robin and everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
It was really nice.
Nice.
So there's, like you say, all these variable and changes.
And people coming out, supporting it, and
Yes.
that's the good thing.
Everybody loves live music.
Exactly.
Who wouldn't want to go see Ron Ivory jamming? It's like, whoa. Yeah, because you always bring the show. You always put on, you put that look on. You have the right kind of personnel up there with you to deliver that kind of music.
Yeah, I'm pretty intense with my music.
And that's what I like about this. A lot of people don't understand that the artists, some artists, they just throw it together, go and then they think, oh well, what happened here? And you know it.
Exactly. And to me, it's the relationship we have with music, all the musicians, and it need to be a good relationship or a bad one. And I always want it to be a good relationship with the music. I have wonderful guys that I work with.
You've always had to.
So I'm really blessed in that.
Now, your best, you forgot to tell me, what was your best gig? We kind of just got the gist of it. We didn't have to say it. We got the gist of the worst ones.
Clock Tower is one. Nieces in Lafayette.
Oh, that's
I enjoy
a nice
that.
place.
I love big stages.
Yes.
And that's a huge stage.
Big stage.
I'm all over. Matter of fact, last time we did it, my ankle, I was moved so much, my ankle was bothering me at the end of the night. What are some of the other places? And Dazzles now.
Dazzle, where they moved to.
Yes, Dazzle, yeah. I kind of still partial to where they was on Curtis Street because it was configured differently.
Yeah, it was kind of.
But you kind of have to get used to the new spot. But I like, and they allow me to not only book me for my jazz thing, but this weekend I get to do R&B, the Motown.
That's what's nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the
and
genre.
And they recognize and they allow me to do well we'll do this one and then 2 months down the road was on that. So I love that.
Yeah, that's our station too because we combine the genres of the jazz, the old school, the R&B.
Yes.
We don't keep it just strictly the jazz.
Yeah.
Because it all goes together.
For sure, it really does. It really does.
And people say, "Man, that's some good mix there."
And I like the early hours now. I don't really do a lot of nightclubs because I don't like.
2 o'clock in the morning, barely hanging, barely straggling in.
I don't do that no more. If at 12 I can deal with it. By 1 o'clock, okay. But anything after that, I'm not really interested in.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. And some of these big events, have you done some big? You haven't done Winter Park.
No, I've never done. That's one venue I've never done Winter Park or Red Rocks. But Red Rocks I would like one day before.
Perform up there.
Get that experience. we do a lot of festivals during the summer. I enjoy that. We've been doing Moja Blue over in Northfield.
Yeah, that's
for the
right.
last few years. And
There's a lot of events. They're
Yes.
doing it all over the place, in
Uh-huh.
all the shopping centers, all the local places. There, those are so cool.
Yeah.
And back in the day, I don't know if you remember, you go back a long ways, they would not allow this, so they'd cut it, cut that shit out.
Yeah,
there.
right.
It was so hick.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I used to get shut down because we used to do a lot of promotions back in the day, and we'd always get shut down by the
city,
or the commissioners of the city,
right.
or Adams County. Somebody's always shutting us down somewhere. Hey, we have a permit. Yeah, but that permit don't mean much.
Exactly.
You're disturbing the peace.
Exactly.
You know, it was just racism at its best. You know, it's like I tell you, this election, for some reason, it's because the artist endorsed one of the, the running mates, one of that's running or whatever. There's this hatred that goes out about this artist. Well, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Or this person is using their songs illegally. Oh, I can do it. I mean, no, you can't.
You can't.
You can't just go get this music because it's a #1 hit and use it. There's all this turmoil amongst the entertainment industry.
And then when you say you can't do that, then all of a sudden you're getting a flag.
Yeah. So there's all this entertainment that's. I'm watching. Why does the entertainment get involved here?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. Do you?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't tap into that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But you sometimes, like, you watch the American Music Awards or some of the awards shows, and sometimes they try to input a little bit of that politics in there, but it shouldn't
what
be
I
there.
do?
Click. Yeah.
I either mute it or change or do the read to change the station I was watching before. You know what I'm saying? Give it a minute. Yeah, come back to it.
Come right back. Yeah, that's it. And it's like, what the hell? It's like, and you want just the good music that they have and the way they're delivering it.
Exactly.
Some of the newer music on some of these women, they dress over provocative, and they try to sell. What are you selling here? Sing and jam, but what are you selling here?
And that's unfortunately with the market. It's always been that way for the most part. I mean, as they say, sex sells.
Yeah.
Essence and believe it or not, many years ago, I had to reinvent myself because I was coming to gig like I was going to the office. You know what I'm saying? And I had to find my sexy. Okay, I had to be comfortable with it.
That's funny.
I had to be comfortable with it. So I would go out and I would see groups like Hot Lunch or one of the other groups, Redding Hinch, and I'd see looking around crowd and all these ladies, these people packing the house, and then we play and like, we're not packing them. This it's like in the 80s. I said, oh, something's wrong here, Ron. I need to change. So I started, I got dressing differently, and just and start being a little more comfortable with, with being more sensuous and sexy. Yeah, when you're singing and the right songs and stuff, and being able to look somebody in the eye instead of looking away from them.
But the part is, you don't want to get, if you're singing up front, one man get pissed off. Why are you singing to my lady?
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, at least with me, I never had that. Actually, interesting. Remember Patrick's?
Yes, yeah.
We used to play Patrick's a lot, and a lot of guys, and maybe other guys, because they picking up some different kind of energy. But I'm totally respectful. Okay. So when a guy when there's a woman, and a lot of times they'll encourage me. They'll say,
"Go ahead,
yeah, go ahead, sing to her." And I'll sing to her. And then next time they show up, it says, "Thanks, bro. When I got home,
I got slammed."
The woman was, she was all
turned on.
Yeah,
happy.
So I said, cool. I did my job. Yeah. So that's a good thing. So I really, because I'm pretty respectful.
Yeah, you know how to get in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. But some men, you know how that works.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's you up on my leg?
I got a couple. Just even with just greeting them when they knew me but they didn't know.
Why are you talking to him?
Yeah, exactly. They'll kind of give me some shade and stuff. I just ignore them. And what I always do, I always reach out when I see something. I always reach out to them
right away.
First.
Yes,
exactly.
Say hello.
Introduce myself.
Yeah.
And then
and be real cordial.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. And so some of the equipment that you played. What is some of the best stuff that you like to play?
I'm with keyboard wise. I was a Korg guy for the longest.
Like the Korg or the Yamahas?
Yeah, I'm loving the Yamahas now more so than anything. I love when I look for keyboard. First thing I look for is the EPs.
Yeah,
they like piano sounds.
Yeah, they clear, crisp.
And yes.
Yeah.
And then I go for the piano sound. I have a piano sound, and then the organ.
Of course.
And then the horn and string patches.
So you
just
can have it.
Exactly. And so right now I'm using the MOX 6 Yamaha.
Yamaha, yeah.
I love it, and I'm exploring and I'm doing things, and I'm learning it so I don't have to basically bring 2 keyboards with me
Right,
now.
that's kind of hard to MIDI them together and try to make it work.
Exactly. And usually the one I usually have the Korg on top, the Chrome I use mostly when I'm doing a double tier, and my Yamaha is my bass and stuff. And I mostly use that for horn patches and
So it comes
stuff,
out.
solos exactly and stuff. But now I'm kind of, you know, as I'm getting older, it's like I don't really care that much.
No, that's true. You come with the limited amount of equipment to do the most amount of energy and sound, and that's what's. And nowadays, the Yamaha has such good products.
It really does. It really does.
Like you say, you could stay at home just testing all these different sounds together, and then you can put them together
and mix
when you
them
go.
Together. Yeah, exactly.
When you
So
go
I
there,
layer a lot now, because I really like a fat sound.
Oh yeah, of course.
I want to fill the room.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the other reason I like having 2 keyboards. So I really let my sound be full and sounds like it's produced.
Big old jam band.
Exactly.
There,
yeah, exactly. And stuff. So, and I have some guitars. I have several. I have about 3 or 4 guitars. I don't play them often because one reason is I got to make sure the sound is there before I take my hands off.
Yeah, because
so sometimes when we're playing, I tell Robin, can you play this and play it down here? Just fill things up so I can play, because I got to have that under me, especially when I'm solo.
Yeah, you have to, because
exactly.
If you miss all that, it's like I'm naked. It's almost feeling naked without all that.
And you know, a lot of
extra
people
stuff.
don't realize before I started playing keys, I was playing guitar.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I started right out of high school, got married, and started playing
Can
guitar.
you still go up on stage and play the guitar?
I'm a little rusty.
Yeah.
I
But
still
you can
have
probably
it. Yeah, I can play. Yeah, I play a lot of rhythm. I don't do solos much, but I love playing rhythm. So I still have it. It's handy when I'm watching TV and I want to pick it up
Sit there
and
and
my
just jam
chops.
out,
My hands getting a little stiff, so I don't. But I told the guys that one of these days I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna bring my guitar.
And some of your favorite drummers that you, because you switch your drummers. I've seen that you go from drummer to drummer.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite?
I
can't. Let's not say favorite, because that
Yeah,
would be
exactly. Yeah. Well, some of the guys I enjoy working with.
There we go.
Skippy D.
Yeah, Skippy D. That's
Skippy's he's a good not only drummer, but he's also a good director.
So he knows how to.
Yeah, so he kind of can direct when I'm out front and stuff. When I'm busy doing something else, I kind of rely on him to kind of cue it, you know, that type of thing. And knows how to dynamic.
A quick sock, bring the band down with the sock.
But I love snare. Sometimes I tell my drummer, don't do the rim shot. Give me that snare.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. It drives me.
Yeah, that's what gives you that solid sound.
I got a chance one time this summer playing with Philip Waitman.
Oh yeah.
And I hadn't played with Phil in years, and so that was a kick for me.
He's an awesome drummer.
Some other drummers used to play. Tim McCullough used to play with us. He played with us.
I remember him. Yeah.
And one thing I liked about he's still around. I'm not sure who he's playing with now, but one thing I liked him because he added percussions, you know, with his electronic. That's added so much to the music.
Because if you have those electronic percussions and all the little other stuff, man, you can really give it some
put those
sounds.
in there, cowbells, and you know, the little chimes.
Chimes across there, yes, really gives it some.
And so that's what I really loved with him. He made the sound and rhythm sound really full and stuff. And Michael's starting to play drums with us now too. So
Michael's hot.
Yeah.
He knows. He's always been a good avid musician. He's really good.
Well, sometimes I forget he plays drums, and you know, because I have him singing with me, and that's when he came in the group initially with the one-on-one.
To sing.
Yeah. So we sat down and talked one time on the phone, and I said, you know, Michael, I said, I need to really, because that's the hardest thing to because the drummers are, the reason I started playing keys because they weren't a lot, you know, so it's hard keeping the drum. You know, I have to use different drummers more.
Yeah, because drummers move around, especially good
drummers.
And that sing. Drummers that can sing and get sit right in and spur of the moment could come in and just know what you're doing.
Exactly, and that's what happened with my transition from guitar to keyboard, because back in the '80s when I was playing, we didn't have keyboards. Okay? Wow. They weren't plentiful, and so I just started playing more. Exactly, and then I started learning.
Now, Ron, you said you're going to sing for us.
Oh yeah,
too.
yes,
Could you bring us our tunes?
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to clear this out. and we'll get this in there. And
Okay.
which songs are you?
One song I'm gonna do. It's one by the Temptations. It's called "Stay."
Okay.
That's always usually my favorite. People want to hear. It's a good cha-cha song. And then one is an original of mine. I wrote and recorded back in 1995.
And that's that one right
Yeah.
there. Let's see what it's doing. Doesn't go a bit there. Wonder why. I'll give it a second again.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, it's not copying or going over.
Okay, let me just
Okay.
reboot this. Will reset itself in a second. Let me just reboot this.
Okay.
Yeah, we can keep talking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, like some of this music that you're doing, like it's incredible stuff. You know, it's like, and like you said, the Motown sound. How long did you keep that going at Lanny's? I think it was a couple of years.
Well, we started. We're going to be back there in November, actually, November 17th. So
okay.
we're pretty much there about 3-4 times out of the year.
Wow.
And it's always sells out. So I kind of took a break from that, and I was doing a different presentation there, and it went okay. It was allowed me to. I call it a live radio mix.
Yeah.
review. So I really got to get deep in the old school songs, you know, stuff that people, like I said, that's on the album that never made it to the chart.
Wow.
And stuff like that. And I go back. Remember one time I came out when a lot of people don't know. Remember the song by Bobby Taylor in the Vancouver?
Oh yeah.
Does Your Mama Know About Me?
Yes.
I brought that out, and people just like.
Oh, that's a monster song. People, when you hear that, you don't hear that a lot, and that's the thing. You don't hear that a lot from a lot of people. You know what I mean? So let's get this going here. Pop that there. Make sure we got volume.
So, and tomorrow night I'm gonna slip in one jazz. Henry actually wrote it.
Yeah.
Originally, it's called for his mom, Louise. So we're gonna slip that somewhere in the middle of the set. Kind of for those people who are jazz enthusiasts and may want to hear some different things. So
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Did you want both of them?
Yeah, we can do both if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let me get some breaks around it, okay? And then I'm going to patch into you. For
Okay.
those who are watching, you're going to see a wild, incredible delivery here in the studio at KUHS by Ron Ivory. This is going to be great. This song is entitled Stay, followed by To Keep Your Love Around. And let me make sure your audio is perfect, and I'm going to turn this down.
Okay.
Okay, and you about ready? And I'll turn it up in here, okay? What I'm doing is I'm padding it with all the breaks,
gotcha.
so
Oh,
it's
okay.
absolutely quiet in here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Let me zoom into you. And you shall see yourself over on this side there. How's that?
No, that's not it. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Oh no. Can you feel it, baby? 'Cause it's coming from the heart. You're such a sexy lady. Just tell me where to start. Sweet, sweet love, like you never had before, and give you so much more. Hey, yeah. In the mirror. stay, baby. Girl, like I'm gonna rock you. Like I'm gonna rock, and I'm gonna rock you, love. Stay till the morning, baby. Whoa. Girl, that you want me to. Do you want me to, girl? Can you feel it, baby? 'Cause it's coming from my heart. You're such a sexy lady. Just tell me when to start. I'll make sweet, sweet love like you never have before, and give you so much more. Hey, yeah. I will come to you. Girl, that's all you gotta do. I will be your pleasure anytime you need. Whoa, like I'm gonna rock, and I'm gonna rock you, love. Oh, baby, do you want me to stay, baby? Come on. Whoa, baby. And I'm gonna rock you, love. Whoa. Listen, baby. I'll sing it from the highest mountain, up in the words across the sky. I can give it all to you, girl. Gonna love you till the day and all night and all night and all night. Of all the riches in the world, you will forever be my girl. 'Cause I wanna know, baby, yeah. I wanna rock you, baby. I want to know. Oh, oh, oh. Do you want me to stay, baby? Whoa. And I'm gonna rock you, love. Woo, 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 woo. Please stay, baby. And I'm gonna rock you, love. Stay till the morning, baby. Let me know that you want me to. Do you want me to stay? Cause I wanna rock you, baby. Come on, yeah. 'Cause I wanna rock you, love. Ooh, baby, love you, girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just won't you stay with me? Ooh, ooh. This original composition. Oh, 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 oh. Like these at night, you came into my life, you came and stole my heart. With piercing eyes, you steadily saw your way, you shake my world apart. Hard to believe I feel this way, the things that I do. You cause a flame that burns high around you, girl. intensely. You seem to never end. Never did I expect this love to bring me this far. I couldn't resist the move you put on my heart. Oh, you have everything, oh baby. I want your love around me. The stars when you ask, a challenging task. I want your love around, girl. A large penthouse suite. Ooh, I want your love around. Bouquets in your room, for songbirds in tune. Want your love, baby. Oh, 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 baby. And never did I expect you, girl, to bring me this far. I couldn't resist the move, baby. You felt on my heart. You have everything. Ooh, I want your love around. The stars when you ask, a challenging task. Baby, I want your love around. Skip it up and oh yeah, right there. Your love around. Bouquets in your room, for songbirds in tune. Your love around. Having everything that I can give to keep your love around. Sweet baby. The stars when you're asking challenging tasks. I want your love, baby. Whoa, baby. I need you, baby. I want your love. I need you, baby. Skip it up and skip it little bit. Whoa, I need your loving. I need your ways. Need your loving. Ooh, baby. Come on, girl. I need your love. I need your love.
Wow, Ron. Jesus, that's your own
Yes,
original.
that's my original, yes.
Lord, have you recorded it with you in it?
Yes,
How come
yeah.
you never got that to me?
Well, you know what? I need to do that. I've got a whole CD of music.
Of good
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
about 13 tracks total.
Wow. That's
Amanda, well, she goes by Amanda V now, but she sang on the album, did backgrounds.
You know what I can do if the album's out and everything. What I
Mhm.
do sometimes on the Smoothie Jazz Show, I'll feature the entire album.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
and I can do a
Okay.
special on you and everything.
Okay, I'll send you.
Because I've done that before.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
I'll
so
send you the tracks. I'll
that's-
get
I
the
do
tracks
it.
to you.
Yeah, I do it with the Spanish language. I
Okay.
do their whole CD.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
I do the whole show for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it goes 2 hours, and I'm sure you
Mhm.
could fill it up with your music. I mean, it doesn't make it all the way. We'll just
Mhm.
add in some more music, but
Yeah.
this is really nice for you to come down. That was.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was checking out on how it's looking
Mhm.
on the other pages
Mhm.
because we put it on all the other pages, then we restream, and this is restream over here,
Oh,
which it
okay.
goes to like YouTube and
Mhm.
it goes to Twitter,
Oh,
Twitch,
nice.
LinkedIn.
great.
It goes to everybody
Oh, wonderful,
simultaneously.
wonderful.
You know, it's just kind of nice.
Wonderful. Wow. Well, I enjoyed it. I really appreciate.
Yeah, this.
And I won't be so long next time I come.
Yeah,
back.
it's I would say I put it almost 6 years.
It
5
has
or
to
6
be at
years.
least, yeah.
Yeah, because we were at 115th around the other way. I think it was Jesse was with us back then. Remember Jesse? And he went on his own way. He's with KUVO, just
okay.
part-time every now
Gotcha.
and then.
Okay.
It's a Spanish language
Mhm.
music on Sundays.
Oh, nice.
We carry ours too. So.
Uh-huh.
And we've changed a lot. There's been all
Right.
these different people. You know, they
Mhm.
come and go. They come and go. But
Mhm.
we've had some seriously quality people come through here, and they bring all their varieties, different kind of
Mhm.
people through here. And so, I think that's the media college. send in their interns here.
Oh,
quite a
okay.
bit, and
Oh,
so,
nice.
um, we were doing that for a while, but then we
Mhm.
stopped because we were running into some different kind of birds.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I hear you.
you know what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
but they're out of the media college, and they come here and they train in here, and we give them the
Mhm.
internship and have some fun with them. They do
Nice.
some fun stuff. A couple of
Really?
them have went on to do some big things, and so others have. You wonder.
Right, I hear you. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But it's been nice, Ron, for
Thank you.
having you here, and
Thank you.
and we got to get see you again and let everybody know out there. This thing has been lit up. You know, coming in from Dallas, from Rockford,
Oh,
Toronto,
nice.
Michigan, Hamilton, all over the place.
Nice.
And so sometimes we now use AI to do some of our commercials. We use AI for talking to people
Yeah. Oh,
because we can't keep up.
Gotcha. I
There's no way
understand.
we can keep
I
up.
gotcha. Wow.
And
wow.
it's funny because we'll put it out there and two or three will get the message, and it just says if you want to submit your music, if you're looking to do this, you want to promote, it
Mhm.
knows what you're saying.
Mhm.
And sometimes it'll come back and it'll talk to me. It's weird.
Wow, I
It'll
can
tell you.
imagine. I can imagine.
It says you better take care of this person that keeps talking.
Oh,
And so they keep carrying
nice.
conversation with the AI,
Wow,
and AI
wow.
stops and says you may want to speak to me, take a look. Yeah, it's
Wow.
kind of important. Just,
That's
it's
very
interesting, and I'll let you listen to one of the bumpers
Okay.
done by AI. It sounds so real. It's like, and I'll just put it up here,
Okay.
and that way we can hear it real clear. It's interesting.
KUHS Radio, the world-class radio station, rated #1 in the world. Keep listening to this all-genre music station.
It's just incredible. It
Wow.
sounds like a real person.
Yeah, it does. It does. Man.
And then we've got some music that it
Mhm.
did at one of our other guys that does Christian music here. He did this song "Hole in One." It's so incredibly good. And I put it up there. He goes, "Wait till I copyright it," because it like took
Mhm.
off.
Yeah, right.
It took
Wow.
off. It's like I go, "Dude, this is a hit." And
Get
so
it-
now
get
you
it
have all
done,
these
huh?
variations. Like
Yeah.
with your music, you don't know what song is going to really grab everybody.
Exactly.
And it may
exactly.
not be the one
right.
you like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that happened when I got released. It was the blues tune that I've done on it really hit and took on, and it was and then one of the other ones entitled "I Want You,"
Yeah.
and that seems to be the all-time favorite on that one, on that particular album and stuff. Yeah.
Go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, okay. So don't forget, we'll be performing at Dazzle's tomorrow, Saturday, October 12th, at 1080 14th Street, 6 to 7:30. There's still tickets left. Just go to Dazzle's website, and I hope to see you, many of you there. We're gonna have a good time there, and it's only a 90-minute show, and but come and hang out with us afterwards, and talk and share some of your experiences that you've had with us with our music as well.
Now there's something about Dazzle. They've got the El Chapultepec side room in there.
Yeah, kind of like a Jelku lounge or something.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mhm.
So here's what Rob Mullins told me that you can do. You can actually go do a VIP room in there and do a jam in there after your.
Really?
That's what he told me.
I found that out the last time we was
Yeah,
there.
so you can go back in there and
Yeah.
jam out and just sing
Okay.
like a VIP room. It's really cool, and they
okay.
use it as El
Okay.
Chapultepec. It's really neat. It's like what
I
a
have to check that out.
great idea.
Yeah, I
that
heard
is.
something about that very thing. Yeah. Wow, it's good that they've attached that, with the El Chapultepec. the
Yeah.
name
Did you
and
ever
stuff.
play there?
Never did. I've been there a
Wow.
couple of times, but I never
Never
played
got to
there.
play in there.
Yeah, I just don't get out much.
Yeah, you do.
Well, but
Yeah, I
I
got
try
you.
to go and support when I get a chance, but I get so busy and stuff. And
You know what? You're busy telling everybody you're busy.
Hmm?
You're busy telling everybody you're busy.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Exactly. I know.
I know. Yeah, we have fun though, Ron. I love to get you in here because you got such good creativity. Your delivery of music is outstanding. Everything about you has to be told to the world. That's why I said, it's weird. Like nowadays, and I put some up there about DJs.
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
it just talked about DJs, but
Yeah.
everybody changed it into radio stations.
Yes.
And AI jumped in.
Right.
Don't jump in. It did.
Right.
I don't write like
Right,
that.
right,
It says,
exactly.
hands down, folks. These are not the biggest stations in the world. It says KUHS has now grown to be one of the biggest internet stations in the world. We've been at this 13 years.
Wow,
It's
wow.
gotten huge. And it's the audience. And look at this little small, but it's being delivered through here. Now we have in Bangkok, Thailand, we have Greg Rashida. I don't know if you remember him. He used to be with KUVO.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And KDKO.
Okay.
And he's like the other guy who stays out there, finds a lady, and stays out there.
Right, right.
And so he broadcasts back this way. And then in the northern quarter, we have Peter Hatton, who does indie rock. And he broadcasts back this way in certain days. Then we have Little Rock, Arkansas. He does old school 80s, and you would think, wait a minute, just country and old school 80s. But his 80s selection is so good. It's
really?
like our day.
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
We like all that good music, you know. So he does some broadcasting back this way. And then Tim Kelly out of Missouri, country, 2 shows, broadcasting back this way under the KUHS thing. Now, every one of these individuals has 60 more platforms underneath them, and they're being carried on us. So we have 85, and then there's 60, and it's got the network got massive. Wow. It's like, that's what we were like. It's like unreal.
Wow, that's nice.
That's totally unreal. The amount, and you see it going 100 miles an hour up here. It's like, this is Ron Ivory, you guys. You got to hear him live, and you know.
And that's just, and
Donnie Radford came in here and sang. Just like you with this beautiful voice.
I'm just waiting for him to at least come back and visit us.
Yeah, you guys can come in here and
come and do something.
One-on-one right here. And so the other thing too is we have room in here now that we can even bring a small group in here.
Oh, okay.
We have the other side there where you can go up against the side. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
And so this weekend we'd like to tell everybody to join us tomorrow, 10 to 1 o'clock, and we're going to have all kinds of people in here honoring the Hispanic individuals in media. It's going to be called Paul and Paul Bring It All, which there's 2 Pauls in here, you know, Paul Chavez and Paul Lane, and they're going to be bringing like Greg Neto of Channel 31, Channel 2, the Channel 7 people, all these different people, Slim Rodriguez from 101.5 that was recently sold. There's all these variables of people that we're going to have some of them in here. There's Joe Contreras of Latin Life, and there's all these people that we're going to be honoring as part of the Hispanic Heritage Month, and close it out that way. Now we're bringing in one other special guest. His name is James Chavez. He does the Orange Vader for the Denver Broncos, and he accidentally got really big doing this.
Really? Wow.
He went out as a Halloween costume, and he dressed up, spray painted the Darth Vader.
Wow. Oh, really?
Orange, did everything.
I haven't seen that yet.
Then he came out, and everybody said, "Man, that's so cool! He won first prize." And then he says, "Yeah, you gotta wear that to the Broncos game." He did that, and he just big sensation.
So he's called Orange Vader?
Orange Vader.
That's
and
funny.
he like took over the persona of the member of the Barrel Man.
Yeah.
And how big he was, and he's just wearing a barrel.
Right.
In cold weather. Well, Orange Vader is now that big, huge
Gotcha.
icon.
Wow.
And so he's going to be here tomorrow too.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I just want to announce that here. So if you're watching tomorrow morning, 10 to 1 a.m., it'll be Paul and Paul Bring It All, because Paul Chavez has a show at 10 a.m. and so does Paul Lane on alternate days. So, but both Pauls are going to be here, and it's entitled Paul and Paul Bring It All. And they're going to bring a bunch of heavyweights in here. So it's going to be fun in here. It's going to be packed with people. And we're going to do we're bringing in some photographers that are going to be doing some heavy duty capturing of all this. So this is going to be epic.
Wow.
So thanks for
What
coming.
time is that?
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
You can watch it live.
Yeah, I'll check it. Yeah,
we'll be taking it live.
I'll be checking it out too.
You ever see Greg Neto of Channel 31, Channel 2? He's always doing the news.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
reporter.
Yes.
He'll be here, so there'll be all kinds of different people. He always comes in here. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed it. Always good chatting with you.
And like I told you, you know, this is a special show done just for you. So we didn't have no, you know, you say maybe a little late. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because we can move on Friday.
Okay.
So it's,
well, I really appreciate it.
And I was up here just having a good time.
Yeah, I was sweating bullets, man. I was looking at it.
And so you look at these windows, you say, how does he see where I'm at?
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to see, where is he looking at me?
Full view, all the way around there.
Wow, nice.
Seeing your way out there, out of the street there, and watch it turn around.
Yeah, my direction, man. If it wasn't for you,
Now, how come it popped into my phone? Did you send it to me?
Oh, yes. I was able to do that, to let you know,
where
give you
you're at.
Precise time, yeah.
So I saw,
like that.
There he is, he's right outside, so I started looking.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I let you know where I was at, so, because it was really backed up on 25.
So all those watching, thank you for being a part of KUHS and Ron Ivory, and KUHS Entertainments presents Ron Ivory today. And you got to hear him live, a lot about what he's doing. He'll be at Dazzle tomorrow, so you make sure to be there. Probably be sold out, so don't get there late. It always starts out a little slower, but then bam, everybody's in there, and you say, "Oh, I can get in." Well, you you
Thanks.
a lot
Thanks, you
for
folks,
being
too.
here, okay?
You bet.